Here at CFIF, we think that Americans are taxed more than enough. And every time that we see government plans to raise the cost of everything from healthcare to electricity, we get agitated. There's no such thing as a good tax. But there's one bit of government spending that makes us madder than almost any other. The tax that would have we the people financing the campaigns of the very politicians who are spending us into oblivion. You may be shocked to learn that such policies exist, but that's because the politicians do their best to make sure that you don't know that your hard-earned paycheck is being used to finance political campaigns. That was the issue in a recent Supreme Court case out of Arizona. In the Grand Canyon state, politicians who abided by certain campaign rules were allowed to receive matching funds paid out of the public till. The Supreme Court overturned that policy, and we applaud their bravery. In a time of economic crisis, the last place that we need our money going is to politicians who will only make the situation worse. What's more, the law in question benefits one group in particular, really bad politicians. As you may have noticed, most elected officials don't have too much trouble raising money. And while our friends on the left think that means that corruption is widespread, except with their candidates, of course, we choose a simpler explanation. People give money to candidates they actually believe in. After all, when was the last time that you wrote a check for the campaign of someone you hated? What matching funds leaves us with, then, is your hard-earned dollars going to some of the nuttiest candidates around. You can forgive us for not wanting to see a slice of our paychecks going to the guy who thinks that banning trans fats is the most important public policy issue in the nation, or the woman who thinks her local city council is the perfect forum to accuse George W. Bush of war crimes. We recognize that money in politics isn't always innocuous. It's true that sometimes donors try to buy access and votes from candidates for elected office. But the surest way to combat corruption is to shrink the size of government. After all, do you think big donors would give $5 million to a cause if they didn't think they were going to get more than that in return? In the meantime, we side with freedom, the freedom to support the candidates you choose, and the freedom not to be coerced to support those you can't stand. That's this week's Freedom Minute.